Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with a little video this afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope everyone's doing well so far. Hope everyone's having a good start to their New Year's. Once again, this is your boy Food Junkie, and if I haven't wished you Happy New Year's already, please let's take this moment to wish each other Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everyone who is in here who will watch this. Hope you guys are doing well. You saw the title, Toxic Relationships, the conversation. So I watch a lot of different things on social media. I watch a lot of different little clips and things like that. And sometimes, well, recently I've been watching a lot of clips about relationships and the plight of the black women, the plight of the black man, what's this and what's that, this and the third. I ran across a clip today. What's up, Marie, baby? How you doing? What's up, Clyde? How you doing, baby? Um, I ran across a clip today that I posted on my community page. I thought was really, really good and explained a lot of things that goes on in relationships and the mindset of both the man and the woman. What's up, Bondu? How you doing, baby? Um, you know, Happy New Year's, everyone, again, once again. Um, and I posted it on my community page because I thought that kind of takes the plight of, what kind of goes on in relationships for us now, especially toxic ones and things that people may not realize is toxic and things of that nature. So after I posted it, I was talking to my husband about it, and he we agreed, saying that's what it is, saying, based on the clip. But then he asked the question, why did she have to mention being skinny? And that what prompted me to start this video because it was like what you think the reason why. Well, if y'all haven't seen the video on my community page, take the moment to please go check that out so you guys can understand exactly why I'm having a conversation and what this conversation kind of is leading to. But basically, I'll give you a brief synopsis. This is a short clip. The brief synopsis is there's a couple, and the lady is loud, and it's from a movie. Don't know which movie it's from, but it's from a movie. It looks like, and she's loud. She's asking a question. I guess she found her man cheating, whatever case may be, and she's asking her, "What is it about this woman that is made you go to her opposed to choose me?" And she's like, "Is she skinnier than me? Is she prettier than me? Is she younger than me?" These things was not, and she's asking these questions while she's screaming at him, and he just simply said, "She's quieter than you. She's softer than you. She doesn't call me an idiot. She doesn't make me feel like I'm less than. Basically, she doesn't degrade me." And well, I said, I'm like, well, a lot of people think that, saying it's all these physical attributes that causes people to walk away from each other, be it man on man on woman on woman, whatever the case may be, you know. And if your personality isn't one to fight, argue, fuss, and cuss all the time, and the person that you love is doing that, you're going to tend to go the other way towards someone who is more equally yoked than you are, as far as personality and things of that nature. You may still be deeply in love with this person, whatever, but it's just that toxicity that they spew, the toxicity that they allow to become in your relationship that allows y'all to drift apart and you to seek solace somewhere else. And I just want people to understand that, if you're in a toxic relationship and you find that someone is cheating on you, or you're not getting what you need from someone, or someone's not giving you what you need, whatever the case may be, or you're not giving a person what they need, it may not be the physical attributes. Because people always ask, I heard this conversation go on here for years on these YouTube streets. Why is it always when someone cheats on someone, it's always a downgrade? It's always someone that looks less than them or doesn't look as good as they do, things of that nature. It's not about the looks. It's about how you make someone feel. It's about making sure that you are showing love and showing appreciation to someone. It's about you making sure that you are letting your partner know that they are important to you, that they are loved by you, they are liked by you, more importantly. Because we love everybody. I love everybody based on what God says I should do. I love everyone, but I don't like everyone. And when you're in a relationship with someone else, it's important that you show them that you like them, that they're special to you, that you're willing to do for them that you're not willing to do for anyone else. That's what's important in relationships. And what makes relationships toxic is when you are selfish, when you think that your needs supersedes the needs of your partner all the time. You're never giving in, you're never compromising, you're never analyzing your behavior or your tone or what you say or the words that you use. You think that, well, being loud makes you right. You think that being aggressive makes you right. You think that being the one that is quote unquote in control all the time makes you right. And while it may work for you and it may work on the surface, what you're really doing is breeding the spirit of resentment in your partner. So when they do go out the relationship or when they do step outside the relationship, whatever the case may be, it has nothing to do with how the person looks. Nothing to do with how a person body shape and body type is. It's about them feeling supported, them feeling needed, them feeling special. It's them feeling getting something from the other person that you're not giving them. Either you're not capable of giving them or you're not willing to give them. So, like I said, the clip is on my community page. I think it's a really good clip. Because it to me it spoke volumes to me. Like I said, I know I come on here acting crazy and being silly every once in a while and engaging in the mess and the BS on here every once in a while. But the reality is the true essence of who I am is a person who really do like solace, really do like peace, really rather be alone if I'm going to be with someone or be around people that is full of confusion and chaos. Because that's not where I live. That's not where I'm comfortable with. That's not what I want to do. That's not how I choose to live my life. I'd rather be alone than be unhappy. I'd rather be alone than be around a crowd of people who don't understand and who don't get that it doesn't take all that. It doesn't take all the yelling and screaming and cussing and fussing and arguing and back and forth. That's why I truly don't understand a lot of ships on here where people say, well, this is what we do. We like to argue, fuss, and fight. Well, that's for me, that's really sad. I feel sorry and sad for people who like to fuss, argue, and fight all the time. And because where's your peace? When do you get peace? When do you have a moment to be quiet and just chill and relax and gather your thoughts and collect yourself and plan your future and to react and interact with people on a more calming, productive way? And I know people are like, well, on here, you're saying this ain't a place for that. Why isn't it? Why can't it be? This could be what you want it to be. You like yeah, a lot of people make themselves into whatever they want you to believe they are. They're rich, they're beautiful, they're powerful, they're thin, they got all the body in the world, they got all the friends and communication skills in the world, which is a lie. you know, um, if you can make that up by yourself, why can't you make up for yourself on here a way that you want to be in real life? Why can't you be quiet and calm? Why you have to be screaming and yelling? And then if you're by yourself or if you're alone and you don't want to be, ask yourself, why am I alone? What am I putting out here to the world to where I can't, you know, get what I'm seeking? I haven't received what I'm looking for. I haven't found what I've been searching for. It takes a real introspective look on self to understand, to recognize that sometimes it's not everyone else. It's me. I like this question right here. Let me put this on the board right quick. Clyde said, I would be interested in hearing how each viewed beginning of their relationship. Did she start out that way? Did she slowly turn into that? Was there an incident or incidents that changed the relationship? You want my opinion, Clyde David, on not on that clip, but my opinion on how people are that way to begin with? How they get that? If you really want my opinion, I can give you my opinion on how I think it turns out that way. you know. And my opinion is, I think it starts with insecurity. It starts with insecurity. You're not confident enough in yourself to truly be comfortable in your own skin. So you look for people to complete you. Because this whole thing of relationships are 50-50, no, it's not. Relationships are 100-100. You bring your best each and every time. I bring my best each and every time. But if I'm only giving you half of me, or half of my best, or half of what I can offer, then I'm shortchanging the relationship to begin with. But in a toxic relationship, I think it starts with what you are viewing, what you are seeing, what you grew up around, what you was raised around. It starts, toxicity starts as a child. A lot of people are not gonna like this. A lot of people may disagree with this, whatever. But let's keep it honest. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of things like this on this level. See, the thing is, that's all you need to hear, Clyde. See, that's all you need to hear. See, when you're trying to see, let me tell you what I got from it. Just why I think this is important. Why I'm having this conversation with you guys. For me, it doesn't matter what happened beforehand. It doesn't matter what happened after the clip went off. Those things are irrelevant. How I view things and how I view life is, I look at what I'm given. And that 1 minute clip, 30-second clip, 45-second clip, whatever it was, I got everything I needed to get from that situation. From her tone to his tone. From what she was thought it was to what he told her it was. For me, that's everything I needed to get. I don't need to know what happened beforehand. I don't need to know what happened afterhand. Because what she thought it was the physical stuff that drove him away. She thought that it was the younger, the prettier, the skinnier, the you know what I'm saying, this and the third. He told her, no, y'all have very similar qualities. But what she possessed that you don't possess is she's softer than you. She's more feminine than you. She's quieter than you. And even when he said quieter, you saw how his tone lowered. See, all those things is what I listen to, what I look at. It wasn't, oh, she's quieter than you and she's softer than you. It was, she's softer than you. She's quieter than you. She doesn't call me stupid. She don't make me feel like I'm less than. It's those things that I look at. It's the inflections and the tones of your voice when you're having a conversation with someone. All that rah, 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 yelling, trying to get your point across, that dampens someone's spirit. That dampens someone's the way they think about it. And if you look at, don't only just look at what someone says, it's how they say it, it's how they're communicating with you. And her, based on what that little clip is, I don't care about all the other stuff that's going on. Exactly. Wandu, exactly. Right. Exactly. She, by asking those questions she asked and the way she asked it, she revealed her insecurity. And all he wanted was a peace of mind. And what did I say? Didn't I say a lot of this toxicity starts off with insecurity? You're leaving me for her, or you're leaving me for him, or you're leaving me for them, or you don't spend enough time with me. What's that? I need. And I'm so aggressive with telling you what I need that I'm not giving you a peace of mind. I'm not giving you what you need. I'm not asking you what is it that you require from this relationship. I understand what you're saying. I understand all those questions, whatever. But let's we're still referring to that clip. But let's look at the women here on YouTube in this sector. Just gonna hit some, just gonna hit some buttons. Just gonna hit some people. They're not gonna like it. I'm not gonna call no names like I normally don't do. But the point is, you can pretty much tell on here the type of women who are like that. They're strong, but not realizing that strength doesn't come with volume. They're aggressive. They use the word passionate about topics. So that's why they're loud. That's why they're aggressive. That's why they're so boisterous and these things like that. Because I'm passionate about it. And I always, and how many, what's up, Deanna, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Good morning to you, sweetheart. And if y'all see me argue with certain people on here, whatever, my first word was, or my first comment was, why are you so aggressive? Why are you yelling? Why are you screaming? Why are you raising your voice at me? You're passionate about something that is really frivolous because we don't know each other. We don't have that type of relationship with each other. So why are you displaying that passion toward me, an utter stranger? Why are you being aggressive to me, an utter stranger? So if you're that way with me, an utter stranger, I can only imagine the passion that you display, the loudness that you display, the aggressiveness that you display in your personal relationships. Hey, Miss Queenie, baby, how you doing? I mean, does it make sense, Clyde? Like, if you're on here screaming, yelling, and cussing and fussing at people that you don't know and using the guise of, oh, I'm passionate about this subject to people you don't know and speaking to people that you don't know in that manner. Because guess why, Vondu? It's because they don't get those things in their personal lives. Hence, another form of being insecure. So you come on here with all those insecurities because you haven't received that attention or that love and that acceptance or appreciation in your real life. So you're seeking it on here. Once again, it all leads back to insecurity. And for people who just coming in, I posted a clip on my community page that I found very interesting, whatever. And then my husband asked the question, why does she have to mention being thin or thinner, whatever? And my comment to him was, like I'm talking to you guys about, is it's her insecurities. When you think that it's something, but it's something totally different. And if you haven't watched the clip on my community page, go watch the clip and we can have a really conversation about it, because I think that toxicity in relationships is that comes from insecurity on whoever's part, the aggressor part, the person, the man, the woman, whoever that is, who has that insecurity. And I think that a lot of toxicity comes from that because you're insecure in what you have to offer, what you believe that you're offering, who you think you are, things of that nature, was not based on whatever life situations or circumstances that you've been in. So you bring those insecurities out into a relationship, which breeds toxicity. But if all you're showing me is hardness, all you're showing me is aggressiveness, all you're showing me is that toxic side of you, I can only believe that that's who you are. And if that's how you behave when you get upset, because you have no self-control, you have no way to conduct yourself as a woman or as a man or as an individual, as an adult, I have no choice but to believe that's who you are. If you show me nothing but that. And the thing is, provoked or unprovoked, you should still have some type of remnants of self-control. You should still have some type of remnants of, I'm going to still be myself regardless if someone else tries to provoke me or not. You know, you can still be able to have a conversation with someone that you disagree with without being aggressive, without turning aggressive, without turning to the name calling and the BS. Well, it's not. That goes on. And that's what toxic relationships are. You can't communicate in a way that is effective enough for you to get your point across without you cussing, yelling, screaming, blaming, begging, and all those other things. For me, that's where the toxicity comes in. Not being able to express yourself in a manner or in a way that have effective communication. Now, if I don't want to talk to you, else not, I either walk away or make it to the point to where you don't want to talk to me either. By showing those things, by behaving that way, and by acting a fool. You know. Man, you said, have some integrity, Lord Jesus. That's all I. And yeah, like thing is, like someone can't make you get out of character because that's in you. Like when I cuss people out on here, because the thing is, trust me, I'm not saying I haven't displayed toxic behavior out here. I have. I haven't told y'all that I haven't displayed toxic behavior in my relationship. I told y'all when I first met my husband, I was that toxic individual that thought that being loud, being aggressive, being those things, you know, made me the man, made me more powerful, made me, you know what I'm saying, the winner in the argument. But it's really is that me understanding that, you know what I'm saying, I was, now I'll say I was insecure or whatever, but I had remnants of insecurity was not because, you know what I'm saying, other things, you know, granted, thought I was attractive, thought I was this and that was not as far as a physical aspect. It was all physical stuff. But mentally, yeah, I was not where I am today. Deanna, where's it at? Let me get this right here pinned down right quick. Why is it coming up? You learn better, you do better. Exactly. And not saying that every time you talk to someone, every time you communicate with somebody was not that you're going to be nice and gentle and whatever. Because no, that's not human nature. But if your first approach, your first communication with somebody is that you're aggressive, yeah, yeah, exactly. Because my husband, like he'll argue with me. He'll look at me and walk away. I will like we have an argument now, and there's moments where I made him, for disclosure, moments I made him cry, and early on was like because my mouth was so vicious and horrible and crazy. He was like, "What's going on?" Like, you like that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I was like when I say like when y'all see me on here getting at somebody was not really getting at them and cussing their ass out down to the bone marrow. I used to do that in our relationship in the first couple of years. Not every day, not all the time was that, but if I disagree with something, was not something to go my way, because I told you I'm spoiled. I'm still spoiled, but I just have a different way of handling it now. But if something to go my way, something didn't, you know, go the way I wanted to go, I would do that. I will be aggressive. I will be da da da, and, and I'll go somewhere else. And if you can't do it, I'll do it myself. And, you know, so it's just nasty for no reason when it doesn't have to be all that. You know, and my thing is, when you love somebody, was that you don't want their feelings to be hurt. You're not there to hurt their feelings. You're not there to berate them. You're not there to make them feel bad. You're not there to add more scars emotionally, definitely not physically. You know what I'm saying, to someone that you say you love, someone that you're with, someone that you share your life with, someone that you share your bed with, someone that you share your money with, your time with, your energy with. You're not there to add more hurt and harm to them than that is there. And like they said, once you learn better, you do better. Like I always say, I credit him for teaching me how to really be in a relationship with us, not because I was, I won't say toxic, but I was had toxic tendencies. I was that person who thought that it was all about me because I could go somewhere and pick up whoever I wanted to pick up. You know, and it was like, me realizing that, while I can do that, Am I going to run into the same BS that I've been running into previously? Or do I want better? Do I want to be better so I can offer better? You know what I'm saying? And when you're in these toxic relationships, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a sort of delusion as well. It's a sort of delusion because it's like you thinking that it's working out best for you and it's all going to work out in the end. But if all you have is that toxicity and that BS and that nonsense, you know what I'm saying, that you hold on to, where's the compassion? Where's the love? Where's the growth? Where is the expression of self, true self? Where's the expression of God if you have God in your relationship or whatever higher power that you chose to call out or call to? If God is love, shouldn't the expression of God be love? Shouldn't the expression of God be, you know what I'm saying, compassion? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't the expression of God be communication? Shouldn't the expression of God be trust? Shouldn't the expression of God be what you want God to have toward you? Don't you want to receive what you're giving, or don't you want to give what you're receiving? Don't you want the person that you choose to be with to show you mercy and grace? Don't you want the person that you're with to show you love and compassion? You know, and like I said, the whole thing about toxicity, the basis of that for me is insecurity because you feel that you're not enough. You feel that you're not enough. You feel that you're not good enough. You're not young enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not whatever enough. You're not rich enough. You're not whatever it is that you're not feeling that you're not enough at. Opposed to being secure in who you are and what you have and what you're trying to build, what you're showing. Because if you're not showing someone how to treat you, how to love you, how to respect you, how to deal with you, how to communicate with you, then you're doing a disservice for that individual. You know, you should be able to tell someone, well, I don't like being talked to that way. Please don't speak to me that way. And you can say it that way like that, opposed to screaming together, don't fucking talk to me that way. Who the fuck you think you are? And bah! You know what I'm saying? That's just as toxic. Because just like you don't want them to speak to you that way, you should speak to them that way. You should be able to communicate with that individual, whomever it is, into how you want to be treated, how you want to be spoken to, how you want to be, communicated with. And lead by example. Sometimes it may take a moment. If I say don't speak to me that way, like prime example, I'm gonna use Deanna. We know Deanna cusses you out. Deanna will cuss you out. She will drag you from here to hell and back, and then back to hell again. She used the N word. She used all kind of words, whatever the case may be. But when me and Deanna communicated, I've asked her, please don't. I've asked all y'all, and y'all who've been here for a while know, I don't like being called the N word. Don't like it. I think it's just not me. But I can't tell anyone how to change the way they speak or communicate the way they communicate. But I can ask you to please refrain from using that word when you're speaking with me. And as much as Deanna is her own individual and she's this individual that she does what she want to do, she still respects the fact that I don't like being called that or referred to that word. So she tries to show restraint when we're talking was not and not calling or using that word when communicating with me. It's a simple thing of respect. I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm not asking someone to change who they are. But I'm asking if you respect me enough and we try to build a friendship, another ship, relationship was not, you know, um, don't use that word toward me. And granted, sometimes I slip when I'm upset and use that word, but that's not part of my everyday vocabulary. That's not part of my everyday vernacular. You know, but it's the simple fact that even when she does slip, I know she's not doing it in a disrespectful way. It's just who she is how she talks with that, and she will correct that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh my God, I'm somebody's overseer because I'm not. But as a person I'm building a relationship with whatever, she respects those boundaries with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's another way that we don't have this toxic relationship. That if I say something that offends her, she'll call me and let me know that it offended her was not, and we'll discuss it. If she says sorry, if she says something that offends me, I can do the same for her. That's the respect that is built, that we're building into the relationship that we have, the friendship that we have. Same thing with the people that I actually rock with and deal with off of here. We can respect each other and each other's boundaries. And I've always said, what I look for in a relationship is what I look for in friendships as well. The only thing in my relationship is that I look for sexual attraction. But a friendship is just as important to me as a relationship is. Must have boundaries, must have understanding, must be willing to accept and compromise to fit the comfortability of both individuals involved. You can't just come into a relationship, friendship, whatever case may be, a ship, and do what you want to do without taking in contacts that I'm not the only person who's here. I'm not the only person who's involved in this. My feelings is not the only thing that is important here. You must be able to, or willing to, and able to look at the environment that you're in and read the room to make sure that everyone wants to be there, and not only wants to be there, but is comfortable in that space. There are people that I've asked not to use the N word toward me. They wanted to do what they wanted to do. We no longer talk. I know it's part of your vocabulary was not, but when you're speaking to me, please don't use that word. Please don't refer to me as that word. And that shows me that if you don't even try to, you know what I'm saying, adjust that behavior around me, was not, you don't respect me enough to even want a relationship with me. So that's why one of the reasons why it would never work. That's why it didn't work. That's why it doesn't work. Because it's your lack of respect for me as an individual. Not anything to do with age, not anything to do with male or female, was not. Just as an individual. If you can't respect boundaries, you're willing to do anything. And that tells me a lot. And y'all know, like, as silly as I am on here, as silly as I try to be and have fun on here, was not, I still am a very critical thinking person. I'm very thought provoking. I'm very analytical. I like to understand the why behind everything. And if I sense that you can't respect me and I can have a conversation with you about that, and you still like whatever, I'm not going to deal with you much longer because I will not be disrespected by you because I don't want to sit here and fuss and fight with you. I don't want to sit here and cuss with you. I don't think that having a friendship or relationship, whatever the case may be, involves that. There are people that I don't like that I can go cuss out. But people that I spend my time with or spend my energy with or spend my energy on, it doesn't have to be toxic. It doesn't have to be anything, you know what I'm saying, detrimental to my understanding or my health or to anything, my peace of mind. The whole point of that clip that I showed was that that man wanted peace of mind. While she thought that he wanted all the physical attractions and the physical stuff and all this and that there was not the young, the pretty, the thin, whatever the case may be, whatever she was mentioning was which was all physical attributes. He wanted the mental attributes from her. He wanted the peace of mind. He wanted the clarity. He wanted someone who doesn't bring him down, who actually lifts him up. And that's the point of this conversation right here. You know what I'm saying? A toxic relationship will bring you down. A toxic relationship will put you in a standstill, put you in a holding pattern. But if you have a relationship that is light and airy and fun, and granted, you're going to have your disagreements, whatever, but there's a way that you disagree without making it so heavy and dark. There's a way that you move through that rough patch without making it so nasty and ugly and dirty. Oh, yes, she is. That's why like people would think, oh well, no, trust me, Deanna is very multifaceted, and I like that about her. I do. Everyone that I rock with, is multifaceted, like I am. I said we have more in common than we don't have in common. While she'll cuss your ass out and call you a bottom of the barrel ass bitch, she'll also lift you up and give you information. Well, it's not that saying if you actually listen to it, it can help you out. The other came on here talking about real estate investment and things of that nature. Still talk about it. She don't talk about it now because people don't listen to it. People think that she's lying, but things that she say, listen to it. Do some do some investigation. You can tell how the way she does her games and stuff, how she does her merchandise on here, how she copywritten WGQs. That in itself tells you that she ain't somebody who's stupid and dumb. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Rick. How he does his stuff outside of here. He'll come here and cuss you out and this, that, and third, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Rick has a lot going on outside of here. Good shit going on outside of here. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with James. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'll get you together on here. It's not. He'll clean you up and he'll give you some good reviews, make you want to watch a show. It's not. But it's the business mindset that draws me to these people. It's the fact that they can be multifaceted, multidimensional. They're not just one way. And they're not afraid or scared to show different aspects of who they are. Now, they'll give you only so much. But at the same time, they're going to give you enough if you're listening and looking and watching. Then you'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me find out more about that aspect of them, that aspect of what's going on. And that's my point right there, Clyde. That one point. That's the point right there. If you act that way on here, and that's all you show, first of all, I don't want to be around that toxicity. No, she means them. When she call you a bottom of a barrel bitch, she means that because that's what she thinks of you. Because that's what you showed her. She means what she said, and I can respect that as well. But if you notice, whatever, if you notice, she's not out here fucking with people. She's not. Like I'm not. She's not out here fucking with nobody. If she's commenting on something that you've done on here, that's her commentary. You put it on here, you done it on here, she saw it, she's talking about it. Like I do. Now it's up to you or not to get mad based on the commentary that's given, based on what you did. If you on here acting a fool and showing your ass and being silly and stupid, and someone talks about it, you can't be upset that they talked about it. Because if they didn't talk about it, was not, you would be upset that they talk about it. That's a lot of people do the shit they do on here to be talked about, and then that's their little end to be. Oh well, you said this about me. You done this. You done this to me. Well, if you didn't do what you did, I would have there be nothing for me to talk about. I'm not looking at your personal life. I'm not, saying, bothering you. I don't care enough about you that way. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Right. I mean, that's one aspect of it. Yeah, that's one aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Right. Uh-huh. You're right about that. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I just found that clip really funny. Not really funny. I found it really interesting, that clip. And I thought that clip explained a lot of the behaviors and the mindsets of people. Because while you're thinking is one thing, it's something totally different. While you're focusing on the physical aspect of it, wherever someone else could be focusing on the mental. And while you thinking that your strength lies in how aggressive you are and how loud you are and how full of, well, have y'all noticed the past couple of times I've addressed certain people? My phrase is take all the air out your chest. Don't walk around here like you got big balls and big nuts. You know what I'm saying? Big girl nuts, big boy nuts. Well, it's not. With all the air in your chest with me. So that's not gonna work with me. It doesn't work with me. It really doesn't work with me. Because I know that my nuts and my all the air I can put in my chest was not is much greater than yours. Because not only do I have the air in my chest, whatever, I have the to back all that up. So if there's a problem that you have with me with something I said, just say there's a problem with me. This is what you said that I didn't like. This problem. This is what you said that I didn't agree with. That's fine. I can take that. But all the loud talking and rah rah rah, baby, no, because we all know I can get loud. We all know I can get aggressive. We all know that I can cuss just as much as the best of them do. All that. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't work with me. And that's, I mean, that's why I found the clip so interesting, because it was like, I've been saying this for a while now. You know what I'm saying? All this extraness that people be doing, all this extra people be giving, thinking that stuff is funny, all the roasting gagging people thinking, okay, and now what? You're still on here asking for money. Sorry. You're still on here begging. You're still on here, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Happy New Year to you, sweetheart. Miss, I thoroughly enjoyed seeing Milan yesterday. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing Milan. Mm-hmm. Thoroughly. But yeah, it's just real funny to me that, a lot of people think that loud is always strength, and it's not. Because if you watch that clip on my community page where he got his point across without raising his voice, he even lowered his voice, he even lowered the tone, which made it more powerful for me. Like, if you cuss me out being loud and aggressive, whatever, I may laugh at you because I don't care about all that. But when you talk to me and express yourself and communicate, you know what I'm saying, without screaming and yelling, for me, that's more effective. I hear that much better. I hear that much better. See, but they don't like the conversation, baby. I said, that's why if I depend on numbers, I wouldn't be on here. If I depend on numbers or people liking the video or doing what we're saying, what people were trying to read me for, I wouldn't be on here, because I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I think conversation needs to be had. I think conversation needs to be talked about. I think that people need to think about certain things. You know, I think that people need to understand that. I think people need to understand that there are some of us out here who actually see who they are. We see behind the mask. We see behind the curtain. We see behind all the aggressive loudness. Was that? And when I tell people all the time that I see you, when I see you, I see you. I really mean that. I see the fear. I hear the fear in your voice. I hear the insecurities in your voice. I hear the fact that you wish you were more. I see that, this is your only outlet to express yourself in this way, because in real life you you can't. You don't. You've been shut down. So you come on here with all the vigor and rah 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 air in your chest was that you can't really express in society. That's why even in this video was not. I said how you present yourself, how you show us who you are on here. You make that up. It's all manufactured. It's all Barbie factory. What's that? Oh, I want blonde hair, so let me put on blonde hair. I want blue eyes, let me put on blue eyes. I want these lashes. Look at this way over here, so let me put on these lashes. I want this outfit with this person, with this and with that. I want. It's all put together on here. It's all put together here. The people that I've mentioned all the time, the three people I always mention was that I like what I see. I like how they present themselves because it's as close to what I see in them as possible. You know, it's not something manufactured. It's not something that is, whatever. And do we talk every day? Do we hang out every day? No, we don't. But the point is, when I see I like and when I can contact them, then I do. When they contact me, it is what it is. I appreciate it, baby. But you dropped out enough. I see you enough when I'm live. I see you enough. Oh yeah, I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. And when I tell people leave me alone, they choose not to. You're gonna see a moment. You're gonna see me cuss someone out. You're gonna see me act a fool. What's up, YouTube cameras, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, you're gonna see me act a fool. You're gonna see me cuss someone out. You're gonna see me. Yeah, I do that too. That's part of me as well. That's part of who I am as well. That's part of my character. I'm a fully amalgamated individual. I am not better than anyone. I'm just different. And I choose to express myself differently. I try to be able to communicate with people. I try to be able to express myself in a way that I'm understood. You know, I try to be able to verbalize how I feel in a way that is non-combative, but at the same time, I can get combative when I want to be. And there's some people it's not. I will not address again on here. I will address them personally and see if they keep the same energy. That's part of me as well, you know. But I can also verbalize all aspects of who I am because I'm truly complete and I acknowledge who I am, the good and the bad, and even the indifferent. You know what I'm saying? And people don't say like when you know who you are, when you see who you are, all the aspects of you, good, bad, and indifferent, it allows you to see other people. It allows you to be able to listen and hear and see things that they don't want you to listen, hear, and see. Right. Of you, yeah, she does. She does do some good cussing. She does some good cussing. Some people do some good cussing. And see, and the thing is, all the time, the cuss outs vary on here. The cuss outs vary on here. Deanna cuss you out one way. James will cuss you out a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? But James will still cuss you out in the way that Deanna can cuss you out as well. And Deanna will still cuss you out in the way that James cusses you out as well. You know, like what's that? Multifaceted, 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 multifaceted. Because I'll read you by going to the bank on your ass, especially when I think that you broke. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's the read. You may not get it, you may not understand it was not, but when you broke and you watching me and you talking shit about it was not, and all I do is pull out this or put in this or this and the third, that's the cuss out. A lot of my meals are is a drag for people. You don't have to get it. I know that I'm dragging you, but I'm just living my life. Not bragging, not doing anything like that. I'm just living my life. And you know what I'm saying? That's the drag for me. Voodoo, baby, you're just preaching the word now. I always say that. But not only black queer man, a black person, period. A black person, period. A melanated person, period, is a threat. Knowing thyself is the most strength that you can ever have. Being honest with yourself so you can be honest with the world. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know, being honest with yourself, so you can be honest with the world is everything. You know, knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, knowing where you came from, so you don't go back there mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. You know what I'm saying? Always being able to push forward, always being able to grow and gain more knowledge. Learning from everything that you experience, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. Knowing that you're never going to be a finished process. Knowing that you will never stop growing, you will never stop learning, you will never stop understanding, you will never stop seeking knowledge, never stop seeking truth, and evolving within that. That's the power. Recognizing and understanding that is the power that I have. That's why no one and nothing people say about me on here bothers me. That's why I don't address the majority of the stuff that's on here. Why? Y'all don't know me. I'm the most powerful person on this planet. I'm the most powerful person on this planet. Oh, baby, my grandma, baby, my grandma, bless her soul, bless her heart. That lady will cuss you out from here to Tuesday and don't give a damn about you. Love it. That's why I like being cussed about older women. Maybe because my grandma. My grandma will cuss you. She never cussed me out though. But I would just hear her cuss people out. I'm like, ooh, how you string those words together? I like it. hmm And she'll do it so elegantly and classy based. You know what I'm saying? hmm She's a little old lady too. She's a little lady. She's like probably what 5'1", 5'2". Like baby, that mouth was vicious. That mouth was vicious. I loved it. Love that lady. Big mama girl, you know you watching down on me. Give me your strength and stuff. Yes. But yeah. I mean, knowing like to thy own self be true, that statement is true. Like I can't be this to y'all if I'm not this to myself first. I can't be so comfortable in my skin if I don't know myself, if I don't understand who I am, where I came from, understand my good, my bad, and my indifference. You know? And I can't see stuff in other people if I don't see it in myself first, if I haven't recognized it in myself first. And I think that's why right. But like I said, that's why that clip was so because I said I've been that person who was all loud and aggressive, whatever, and had someone just let me know that's not what it is. That's why it touched me. Cause like, ooh, okay. That was, you know what I'm saying? A couple of decades ago, I got it. I see you. I see what happened. I see what happened there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I told y'all before, I used to come into the room screaming. Like people who grew up with me don't even recognize me now. Because I would literally come into the room screaming. When I say loud, ignorant, still was smart, but just thought that what I had to be. You know what I'm saying? Not 3 degrees in reading and a minor in shade, baby. But thing is, but that's the best. Thing is, when I say cuss out, I don't mean always using vulgarity. When I say cuss out, I don't always mean vulgarity. So Vandu, it doesn't always mean vulgarity when I say cuss out. Streaming words together, putting words together to put someone in their place and have them thinking about it is a cuss out to me. Being able to put together words and phrases and the way you deliver it with diction and tone and stuff like that, to me, that's a cuss out. Even a nasty up and down side eye could be a cuss out if you do it right. Mm. You're a nasty little side eye and a little damn, she done cussed you out. You know what I'm saying? He done cussed you out because you can't respond to that. Or even like to look someone while they're screaming dead in your face and all that other stuff is that, and just looking like the best cuss out. Let me tell you, if y'all watch RuPaul Drag Race, it was the one with Shea Coulee. It was a reunion episode. I think it was Valentina and Shea Coulee, and I guess Shea Coulee was saying something to Valentina was not, and Valentina's were like, Shay, why you so mad? Why are you so upset? And Shay just looked at her. Do I look upset to you? I'm like, Shay, why would you throw that shade at her like that? She can't handle all that shade. It's stuff like that that I find funny, entertaining. All the cussing stuff, that's cute, but yeah, I'll like give me the shade and the subtlety of a cuss out. I'm here for that too. You remember that? Now was that not a nasty cuss out? Was that not a nasty piece of read that Shay threw at Valentina? All that extra shit Valentina was doing, trying to be cute with it, and Shay was just, do I look mad? Do I look upset? I'm like, Shay, girl. See, I love stuff like that. That's what I get. Stuff like that. I watch that stuff like that all day long. And to me, that's entertaining. Because no one's being nasty, no one's being vulgar, no one's going below the belt. You know what I'm saying? But you get your point across. Don't play with me. And that's very unbothered. That's very unbothered. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm just saying what I'm saying. This is what you did. This is what it is. And here's a mirror. Look at yourself now. Yeah. I'm bothered. But yeah. And but yeah, toxic relationships, like I said, toxic relationships comes in all type of forms. Comes in relationships as far as you are a couple, it comes into friendships, anything with ships involved. Because you know, a ship is you're either going somewhere or you're leaving somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Either you're coming to somewhere or you're leaving somewhere. It's not in friendships, you're coming together. Sometimes you coming apart. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a mode of, you know what I'm saying, bringing two people or bringing people together type of thing. Uh, Once again, you gotta understand, like, thing is, like, the reason I don't really get upset with people with church too many people on here because I understand who they are. I understand who they are, and I could be wrong, but I think that I was one of the first people to say this is the most popular y'all, a lot of y'all have ever been. This is the most attention that a lot of y'all have ever received. And I said that years ago because the way they act, the way they crave it so, the way they hold on to it, the way they white knuckle onto this attention that they get on here, you can tell that they haven't had attention before in their life. They didn't grow up with attention. They didn't grow up with love. They didn't grow up with acceptance. And regardless of how I had it, be it with fear or be it actually people actually like me, I always had attention. Be it I forced it or be it was genuine. In real life, I've always had attention. Be it the way I look, be it how I present myself. You know what I'm saying? As a child, I would come into a room screaming and yelling and just being all loud and crazy. But as I started becoming a young adult, it was that realized. I told you once I became who I am, who I become. I've always been this person since I became that, and it was like a very early age, 13, 14 years old. I started to realize it was not that this and third, but at the same time, I still have that side of let me make sure that I'm heard. Let me make sure that I'm seen. Let me make sure that I'm, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't gonna mess with me type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Although I was still a little bit more mellow, I still had that mindset of that until I became an adult, and realized that it doesn't need all that. I don't need to be the center. All eyes don't have to be on me all the time. That's exhausting. It's like being on stage all the time. It's exhausting. Y'all remember back in the day, like, aren't you tired? Aren't you just wore out? Aren't you just tired? Because it's tiring constantly being the center of attention, always having the spotlight on you. And if you've been there, you've done that, you don't seek it here. You don't seek it here. You don't seek that gratification or that instant gratification of people applauding you or big upping you or attaboy and attagirling you, woo wooing you, because you already done it already. You've already lived that. You already experienced it. That's why I said when I came on here a fully realized individual. I came on here pretty much doing everything that I needed to do. All I want to do now is express myself and talk to y'all who want to talk to me. I'm not for everybody. Well, if y'all notice, like people don't think that I notice stuff. I notice everything. The people who genuinely don't like me, it's because they're not me. They don't possess what I have, and I don't have much. Just a little bit of self confidence, a little bit of integrity. You know what I'm saying? And it's not much. And it doesn't take much to get it. Either you have it or you don't. But it's that mindset of, oh, he think I'm better. He thinks that he's better than me. No, I don't think anything. I just know who I am, and I don't need anyone else to tell me. I don't need people to build me up. I don't need people, you know what I'm saying, to tell me who I am, to attaboy me, to pat me on my back, pat me on my head. I don't need all those things. Never needed those things. They was in one class all day long. All the time they left the class is to go to lunch and to go to the bathroom. Man, dude, baby, you see it all the time. You can turn at any point in time. There's 18 different content creators, 18 different videos that you can watch, and you can just see the desperation, the need for validation, dripping through their pores like sweat. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. Hey, Lashonda, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? No, you can see that. You can see the desperation for validation. You can see the pick me. I started that too on here. I'm not a pick me type person. Don't. I'm not gonna be a pick me. I'm not gonna be jumping up and down with my hair on fire for you to pick me. Yeah, you can. Like, thing is, it's thing is with that, Lashonda. It all depends on what you're looking for from that community. Because some of the good things that is involved in this YouTube thing, the camaraderie and things of that nature, the like-mindedness and things like that coming. I mean, many people that you may have never met before in life, from across the country, from across the world. Those are all good things. Those are all great things. Those are all great things. Finding like-minded people, finding people that you may not have ever met before, getting different ideas, giving different concepts, what's not, and taking from it what you can. You all remember I always say, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah, you can learn something from everybody, even if it's what not to do. It's still a lesson that is to be learned. You know what I'm saying? How not to behave, how not to act, how not to beg. You know what I'm saying? How to make sure that you are productive in the workplace so you can keep your job. So you don't have to come over here and beg. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things you can learn from here. And I take those with me as well. But if you're not analytical enough, if you're not conscious enough, if you're not critically thinking enough, those things are going to miss out on you, and you're going to just be entertained by the BS and the minutia because you're using this as a form of escapism. And when I hear people say that, well, it's not. Oh, this is a form of escapism. I ask myself, which proves my point as well. What's so detrimental in your real life that you use this garbage as a way to escape? Think about that, y'all. The people who say that they use this as a form of escapism, as vile as this is, as disgusting as we, and once again I say we because I'm part of it, can be at times. Why would I use this as an escapism from my real life? What's going on so horrible in my real life that I use this as a form of escapism? How detrimental is things going on in my real life that I use this BS, this beef sector, as a way of escaping it? You think about that. You think about that. And you're right. I like it as well, but I want us to be better. I want us to be our best selves. I think that if people start being their best selves, it'd be a vastly different situation on here. And we can still beef and argue. Well, it's not, but that's the only way to entertain people. I'm sorry, that's not. I mean, I'm multifaceted. I like to be entertained in various different ways. Cannon Road is like a place here in Atlanta that's kind of hood, kind of street, kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? You'll find people on corners begging for money and half dressed and bums, and yeah, it's not the best place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of arguing, a lot of just just a little ratchet. Just a little ratchet. Just a little ratchet. Yeah, it's just a little ratchet. Kelly Rose a little ratchet. A little ratchet. It's a little ratchet. Yeah. Like I said, like who said, if you really want, like, every city has that. Every city has that. But I guess it's the safety of, let me watch it online so I don't get too much involved. I want to be involved, but I want it to touch me, type of thing. I want it to touch me. I want it to touch me. I want to be a part of it. I want to be in it. I want to say my mess and act a fool as well. But I don't want to be. I want it to really touch me. But it's your form of, you know, entertainment. It's your escapism. How do I, like, what's going on in my life that I need this type of stuff to be my escapism? I just think I think about stuff like that. Like, this is your escapism. What's going on in your real life that you need this to escape to? Either your life is perfect, 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 or your life is totally messed up. And I'm starting to think that it's on the latter, because all you've shown is the latter: dysfunction and chaos and BS and mess and lies and things of that nature. You too, babe. Thanks so much for joining and participating in the conversation. I'm going to get out here as well because I need to start running some errands. Um, did y'all know the banks was closed today? I was pissed off. I was getting ready to put my little headset in and listen to the clips online and go to the bank and make some transactions happen. I was like, where you going? Like, to the bank. Like, oh, it's closed, right? I'm like, who's damn, definitely the latter. I'm like, who's damn closing banks? And I realized when holidays like Christmas and New Year's happen on the weekend, they take that Monday to observe it. So that's why the banking institutions are closed. I'm like, damn, this is the only day I have off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ugh, I need to be able to put some money in the bank and transfer some money and make sure everything is everything. Got stuff happening. Well, Charlotte, you're right about that. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know. I definitely see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. Like, a lot of people in corporate, especially men, since they have so much power in the corporate sector, they like to be dominated by dominatrix and things like that. So I get that aspect of it. I definitely do get that. You know, you need some type of relief and reprieve from your everyday life. I definitely get that. I definitely get that. You know, you don't want to make all the decisions anymore. You want somebody else to take control and this, that, and the third. So I definitely get all that. I definitely get all that. But I don't know. Shit. Yeah. As I said, like it's the taking it too far for me that I don't understand. I don't get. Bragging about calling the police, not being able to comprehend what you've done to put you in the position that you're in. You know, you're making excuses or having excuses made for you for your bad behavior. It's those type of things that I don't understand. Like the watching the ratchet, watching the arguing, watching the funny, that's fine. But when does ratchet become too ratchet? When does the funny isn't funny anymore? I also ask people all the time, would it still be funny if it happened to you? If you was on the reverse end of the behavior that people have done on here, would it still be entertaining to you? You know, like um, when me and my husband was watching Housewives of Dubai, the reunion, and he was saying something about they was reading back and forth last night, and it got personal. The reads got personal on the reunion last night. And I was like, "Oh, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny." And I asked him, "Is it really funny? Because if it was funny, would it be funny if they did it to you? Would it be funny if they did it to me?" You know, he gets mad when stuff happens to me on here. So when someone does something to me on here, you get upset. Well, it's not. So why would it be funny because you watch someone else go through the same thing or go through something similar? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny for me. It's not funny for someone else. He was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, like I really do have a conversation with him. I really do. We really do talk like that because I want to make sure that I'm saying the energy that we're both putting out is not something that's going to come back and haunt us or well, something I do negative was is going to come back and reflect on him or harm him in any type of way, and vice versa. You know, what I'm saying because energy never disappears. It really is something that is recycled. You know, call it energy, call it karma, call it whatever you want to call it, but the thoughts and something you put out there was like, if you don't really think about it last night, could be one that harms you and take you down. You know what I'm saying? In the end. But yeah, all part of being toxic relationship or recognizing toxicity in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's not always like the most dramatic, horrible, most dramatic thing. Sometimes it's just very simple, subtle things like that that you have to make sure that you put a check on because or monitor because you don't want it to lead to the big things. I think Clyde asked initially, whatever, do we know what happened initially? Do we know what happened beforehand? Was it a one-time thing or was it multiple things? Well, the first time it happened, and you don't modify or correct that behavior, or at least bring that behavior to people's attention, or it's not, it will lead to the point to where you're stepping out because they're not giving you what you need. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving you the softness, the love, the attention that you need. It's always an aggressive approach. But yeah, y'all, didn't want much. I want to come to y'all really quick and talk to y'all about that. I want to thank you guys so much for being here once again. Y'all know I love you guys. Hope everyone's having a great start to the new year, although it's only 2 days in. You know what I'm saying? Hope nothing tragic has happened thus far. Hope everyone's still living in the afterglow of the new year and this holiday season. Um, yeah, didn't want much. Y'all know I love you guys. But as always, y'all know that it's not important that I love you. It's more important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. You know what I'm saying? And if I did nothing other than today did for to have you reevaluate who you are as an individual and asking yourself if you bring the toxicity into your relationships and not only just relationships, friendships. Excuse me, guys. And asking yourself, you know, saying, am I the one who's doing that or am I involved in that? And figuring out a way to not be the one to add toxicity into relationships. Love you guys. Y'all have a great day. Once again, it's your boy Food Junkie. And I will talk to you crazy kids later. Be safe on these YouTube streets. You know I'll be watching. Peace, y'all.